So, good morning, friends. Welcome to SS Academy. So, our topic is subtraction. So, the basic mathematics for lower standards. So here, the subtraction should be operated from the right hand side. That means you have to start from ones place, then tens, then you have to do it in the hundreds place. Okay, so the subtractions always be operated on the right hand, from the right hand side. So here, what is the number given here? 6. So first write the 6 lines. 5 6. What is the number given here? 3. So you have to subtract 3 from the 6. So now we have to cut 3 lines. So 1 2 3. So 3 lines are cut. So how many left? 3. So the number should be written there, 3. So next, now coming to the tens place. So what is the number given here? So the number given here is 7. So the first layer is over, second column. Now you have to go for second column. Second column, the number on the top is 7. So now we have to draw 7 lines. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So what is the number given exactly just below the 7? So what is the number here? 5. So that means you have to cut the 5 lines. So 1 2 3 4 5. How many left? So 1 2. So two lines left. So you have to write to exactly just below that column. So now second layer is also done. Now we have to take the third column. In the third column, the number on the top is 8. So you have to draw 8 lines. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So what is the number below it? 7. So you have to cut off 7 lines. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. How many left? You are left with only one line. So write 1 here. So 8 minus 7 1. So the answer is 123. So let's see the same kind easier subtraction. So 567. So you have to subtract 125. So example number 2. So ones place, this is tens place, and this is hundreds place. First you have to take the first column. So you have to pick the number on the top in the ones place. In the ones place, what is the number on the top? 7. So you have to draw 7 lines. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So what's the number below it? 5. That means you have to cut off the 5 lines. 1 2 3 4 5. So how many lines are left? 2. So that means 2. You are left with 2 lines. So write to exactly below the ones column. Now take the second column, which is nothing but tens column. So in the tens column, the number on the top is 6. So you have to draw 6 lines. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the number below the 6 is 2. That means you have to cut off 2 lines. 1 2. So you are left with how many lines? You are left with 1 2 3 4 lines. So write 4 just below the tens column. Now coming to the hundreds column. In the hundreds column, the number on the top is 5. So you have to draw 5 lines. 1 2 3 4 5. So the number below the 5 is 1. That means you have to cut off one line. So you cut it, and so how many lines are left there? 1 2 3 4 lines. So you have to write 4 below the hundreds column. In this way we perform subtraction, simple subtractions. So now let us go for second model, so which is okay. So here, so I am taking 985. So, and now we have 627. Okay, so here what you need to do, you have to subtract 627. You have to subtract 627 from 985. So for this you have to first you have to write. So this is ones column, this is tens column, and this is hundreds column. So here if you check the number in the ones column, the number on the top is 5. So the number just below it is 7. You know that 7 greater than 5. So you cannot subtract 7 from 5. So for this you have to do a small process called borrowing. So you have to do a small process called borrowing. So here, so you are performing in the ones, you are operating, I mean you are performing subtraction on the ones column, so you have to borrow from tens column. So since you are doing subtraction in the ones column, you have to borrow from tens column. So what is the number on the top of the tens column? 8. So now we have to borrow from 8. So how, here we have 8. When you borrow 1 from 5, when you borrow 1 from 8, this 8 will become, this 8 will become 7. So and you borrowed 1, right? So you have to write 1 here and cut this 5 and write 5 just on the right side of the 1. You got my point? So what I am explaining once again. So we cannot subtract 7 from 5. We have to borrow from tens column. That means you have to borrow from 8. How much you have to borrow? You have to borrow only 1. Since we have, since we have 8, so take 8 fingers. So how much you are borrowing? You are borrowing 1. So close one finger. How much left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So cut 8 and write 7 on the top. Okay, and you, since you borrowed 1, so write 1 here, and the number in the ones place is 5. Cut it off and write just on the right side of the 1. So now 5 became 15. So now we have to remove, we have to subtract 7 from 15. So what you need to do is you have to start counting after 7. You have to start counting after 7. That means you have to start with 8. So 8, start counting after 7 and till 15. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to start counting after 7 till you reach 15. So after 7 you got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You have to stop with 15. So how many lines you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means your answer is 8 here. Done. So now coming to the tens column, you have 7 on the top and you have to subtract 2. So take 7 fingers. Take how many fingers? 7 fingers. How much you have to subtract 2? So close 2 fingers. How many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So write 5 is exactly below the tens column. So in the hundreds place you have 9. In the hundreds place you have 9. So and you have to subtract 6 from 9. So take 9 fingers, close 6 fingers. So 4, 5, 6. How many left? 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 fingers. So write 3 exactly below the hundreds place. So the answer is 358. So now take another number. 9,000, so 962, 962, and you have to subtract 329. So this is ones place, tens place, and this is hundreds, right? So what we are doing, you are subtracting, so write minus always, right? Draw line. So here, what is the number in the number on the top of the ones column? What is the number here? 2. So and you have to subtract 9 from 2. So since 9 is bigger than, I mean greater than 2, 9 is greater than 2, so you cannot subtract 9 from 2. In this case, you have to go for borrowing. You have to go for borrowing from tens place, borrowing from tens place. So what is that number on the top of the tens place? The number on the top of the tens place is 6. That means you have to borrow from 6. How much you have to borrow? You have to borrow 1. How much you have to borrow? You have to borrow 1 from 6. So 6, right? 6 fingers. Take 6 fingers. Since it is 6, how much you borrowed here? 1. So close one finger. How many left? 5. So cut 6 and write 5 upon it. Done. So now come to the ones column. So here we already borrowed 1. We already borrowed 1, and the number in the ones place should be written on the right side of this 1. So now 2 became 12. Right? Now we have to subtract 9 from 12. So what you need to do, you have to start counting after 9 till you reach 12. Start counting after 9 till you reach 12. So after 9 you got 10, 11, 12. Stop with 12 because we have 12. So count the numbers 1, 2, 3. So write 3 here in the ones place. Now coming to the tens place, you have number 5 on the top and you have to subtract 2. So from 5 you have to subtract 2. Take 5 fingers and close 2 fingers. So how many left? 1, 2, 3. So we have left with 3. Write 3. So coming to the hundreds column, you have 9 and you have to subtract 3. You have to subtract 3. So take 9 fingers and you have to subtract 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 closed. How many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So write 6 just below the hundreds column. So that's the answer. So in this way we perform subtraction. So now we'll see another third model of subtraction. So here 502, you have to subtract 175. So this is ones place, tens place, this is hundreds place. So here in the ones place you have 2 and you have to subtract 5 from 2. So you know that 2 greater than 5, you have to borrow here. So what is the process you have to do here? Borrowing. So but here in the tens place, if you observe, you have 0 on the tens place. You have 0 on the tens place. So then what you need to do, so when you have 0, when you have to borrow from 0, so when the situation arises like this, when you have to borrow from 0, then you have to take the number beside it also. What is the number beside it? 5. So that means this number is 50. That means you have to borrow from 50. So how much you have to borrow? You have to borrow 1. So you have taken 1 from 50. So when you remove 1 from 50, you will get 49. So 50 became 49. Okay, done. So now coming to ones column, so these two can be written on the right side of the one, that means it became 12. So how much you have to subtract here? 5. So you have to subtract 5 from 12. So 5 after, you have to start counting after 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have to stop with 12. So how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So write 7 in the exactly below the ones column. Now coming to tens column, we have 9 on the top and you have to subtract 7. So take 9 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and cut 7 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are left with 2 lines. So write 2 in the tens column. In the hundreds place we have 4, so draw 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to cut 1. Since it is 1, you have to cut 1 and you left with 3 lines. So answer is 327. So in this way we perform subtractions. Thanks for watching my video, and you are watching SS Academy. Please like and subscribe my channel for further updates. Thank you all.